Hey there, welcome to my Intro to Guitar Performance course, Lesson 11. Let's get right into it. This is going to be our last lesson covering the cage system. In this case, it's going to be the C shape. After this lesson, we're going to make a review covering all the topics in Lesson 1. Now, the idea with the review is going to be not to use papers or your notes. If you feel the need of using your notes, I recommend you to go back to the past lessons and try to get the concepts a little bit better. But for now, let's talk about the cage system. We're going to talk about the C shape. Now, at the beginning of these cage system lessons, we decided to start by playing with the A shape first, because the C shape was going to give us these open strings. So I decided to leave the C shape for the end, right? So I have the C shape all the way up here. It's going to be better to learn first the C shape here so you can visualize the whole shape, and then it's going to be easier to transpose it. Maybe go to F, go to D, go to G. Once you feel comfortable playing the shape all the way up here, meaning harmonizing the shape, playing it by intervals, play major triads, minor triads, then you can take the shape all the way down here to the open strings. And then you can actually try to play the same ideas but with the open strings. So like always, the first thing I want to do is play the shape starting on my lower root, going all the way up to the highest note of the shape and then coming all the way down to the lowest note of the shape to returning back to that root. That's going to sound like this. So once you feel comfortable playing the shape up and down, let's play the shapes by intervals. One common one is going to be to play them by thirds. Here's how it sounds. Now let's play it using another common interval, fifths. Here's how it sounds. Okay, the next step is going to be to harmonize the scale melodically using triads, starting on the 1 chord, C major. Here's how it sounds. Now the idea here is to harmonize the scale melodically using triads. So I'm either going to have one note per string, like this C major root position triad, or two notes per string, like this D minor, right, root position. I got the root and the flat 3 on the same string, and I got the fifth on the G string. Then I'm going to go to E minor, one note per string, F major, one note per string, G major, two notes per string. I have the root on the G string, and I have the third and the fifth on the B string. And I'm going to go to A minor, one note per string. That means I could play the A minor either as a chord or as a melody, right? To B diminished, and I'm finishing on this C major, because I cannot go higher in the shape. So then from this C major, I'm going to return B diminished, two notes per string, A minor, one note per string, G major, two notes per string, F major, one note per string, E minor, D minor, two notes per string, back to this C major, but now we keep going, B diminished, A minor, two notes per string, up to G major, one note per string, here I go to F major, the 4th chord, and I'm going to finish on E minor because I cannot go any higher, and I'm going to return back to F major, two notes per string, G major, one note per string, A minor, B diminished, and I'm going to finish on the root C. Now the next thing we want to do is locate all the 1 chord inversions inside the shape. We're going to have 4 of them, meaning 4 ways of playing C major. Here's how it sounds. Now let's harmonize the C major scale using triads. Now Now in example 1, I'm focusing more on the high strings of the guitar. I'm going to start with this C major, second inversion, strings 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to go to this D minor, another second inversion triad. From here I'm going to go to this E minor, first inversion, and then I'm going to jump to strings 2, 3, and 4 to F major here, root position. Then I'm going to go to this G major, second inversion, another second inversion but A minor, that's the 6th chord, and then for the B diminished I need to use a spread triad here, root, flat 5, and then this flat 3, 1 octave higher. Because if I try to play a B diminished triad like here, this note is leaving the shape. If I try this one, again this note is leaving the shape, or if I try this one, this note is leaving the shape. So I'm going to end up with this spread triad, root, flat 5, flat 3. That's going to be our B diminished triad. And then I'm going to go to C major, the 1 chord. Now for example 2, I'm going to focus on the lower strings of the guitar. So I'm going to have this C major root position triad, the 1 chord, to this D minor, first inversion, strings 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to go to this E minor, second inversion, strings 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to go to F major, second inversion again, strings 3, 4, and 5. From here I'm going to go to G major, first inversion, and I'm going to go to A minor. And again, for the B diminished triad, I'm going to use this spread triad, right? Root, flat 5, flat 3, and then I'm going to return back to this C major root position. Now to finish, let's use our musical example we've been using for the past lessons. We're going to play a 2, 5, 1, 6 in the key of C. Here's how it sounds. So for example 1, again, I'm focusing on the high strings of the guitar. I'm going to start with this D minor, second inversion. Then I'm going to go to this G major, strings 2, 3, and 4, second inversion 2. Now it will be nicer to go to this G major, right? Root position, strings 1, 2, and 3, but this note, 10th fret of the highest string, is leaving the shape. So I'm going to this second inversion, strings 2, 3, and 4. From here I'm going to go to C major, second inversion, strings 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to finish on the 6th chord, A minor, root position. And to finish example 2, again, I'm focusing on the low strings of the guitar. So D minor, first inversion, strings 4, 5, and 6, to G major, 3, 4, and 5, first inversion. Then I'm going to go to C major, root position, strings 3, 4, and 5, and I'm going to finish on A minor, first inversion, strings 3, 4, and 5. So now after playing this C shape, we have covered the 5 shapes inside the cage system. Now music harmony is a little bit more complex than just understanding the cage system and learning how the 7 chords inside the scale work. But this is going to give you a really strong foundation to get better at understanding the fretboard. By now you should feel really comfortable with the key of C. All you need to do to change of key is just move the shapes horizontally to another place. So now have fun with the C shape and see you in the next lesson. We're going to cover all the topics we have done since lesson 1. Have a good one.